Hey there, welcome to the Christian Media Marketing Show. My name is John. Thanks for listening or watching, whichever way you are partaking of this show. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope it is a benefit. I hope it's a blessing. I hope it helps you accomplish what God is calling you to do in your ministry and in your outreach. And thank you for just always doing whatever you can to make Jesus famous. Well, in today's show, I'm going to be talking to you about frequency. Not the one where you go 98.2 like on your FM dial, but on frequency of how often a person sees your ads. And this is a key strategy that we use at Kavanaugh with almost all of our clients. There's some times where we don't. There are times when it's very focused on a specific time frame, 1 week, certain holiday, whatever that might be. But in the absence of those kinds of situations, what we have found is best is not to run hundreds of ads, but to run a few ads and then allow them to be seen multiple times by your target audience. If you think about it, if you just show the ad one time, that person might be standing in line, they might be waiting at a stoplight, hopefully they're not driving or doing something like that, but they may not have the time to respond. Or partly what we've seen anecdotally, hearing back from the field, is that sometimes it takes multiple touches, people seeing the ad multiple times before they decide to finally click on it or send that message or comment, whatever it might be. So we think this is good stewardship and just good marketing to let the frequency of your ads be around three, four, or even higher. There could be times where you want this ad to go really high, like you really want to make sure that your audience have had multiple opportunities to see this ad and to respond to it. So when you're running frequency, you are basically looking at the impressions divided by reach. So how many times the ad has been shown divided by how many people have seen it. But you can get even more specific. And that's what I want to show you in the training today. So let's dive into my computer screen here. All right, so we're already set up in here and we are in the ads manager. There's been a ton of changes. There's a lot of things that are going on that I'm going to be showing you here in the next few weeks. Just little bits and pieces of things that constantly are changing. It's Meta, Google Ads, you name it. Twitter, it's a fiasco right now, but whatever one you're using, there seems to be a lot of changes. And there's been some mistakes and issues out there as well, especially in the Meta one. We're seeing where they've messed up on some different ads. There's lots of bugs. There's just a lot going on there. So, if you're listening only to the podcast today, you're going to want to jump in and look in your own business manager. I'll try to describe it to you. If you're watching here on YouTube, great. You can follow right along. But we're in the ads manager within Meta, so business.facebook.com. And what I have set up here is a what is an awareness campaign. So we're trying to create awareness. We want people, as many people as possible, to see something. And so we've set this up, and the goal here is just basic awareness. And let me walk you through this process. This is done on the ad set level. All right, so when you're in the ad set level, it's going to show you, first of all, your audience size. And this is a key thing here. If your audience size isn't big enough, then this isn't probably going to work, and it may not even be an option for you. So you're still wanting over a couple 100,000 people if possible. But first thing we do is come down to the audience area. Now, this one right now is just set up for all of the United States. If I wanted to, I could click over it, and if I wanted to come down and get really specific, so I'm going to take away United States and I'm going to say everyone who is living in or recently in, and then for the location, all right, I'm going to put Knoxville, Tennessee. So Knoxville, address, let's go city, and there we go. So we'll just say the McGee Tyson Airport specifically out here. If I do that, Now the audience size is actually pretty small, less than 20,000. And let's say I don't do anything else. So this is now a small audience. If I come down here and I next go to placements where the ads are going to be shown. And this is another thing I want you to see. This is a new option from what I've seen, which is the ability to pick search results as well. So when people are searching in Facebook, you can have your ads showing up there. I think that this is a new placement, this search result one. You can also turn it off if you want and look to see how it impacts your audience size, which for this small audience here doesn't make any impact. But the optimization then, first of all, is for reach, what we're looking for. And as we do that, we can do reach, impressions, ad recall lift, all right, and through play for videos, 2-second continuous video views, but we're just doing reach. We're trying to get the maximum number of people to see the ad. Now, one key thing here, just for you to understand the strategy, is that when you do a reach ad, it's just going to put that ad out there in front of a bunch of people. If you're wanting people to watch a video, well, it may put it in front of a bunch of people who don't actually watch the videos or who don't message, if that's what you're really wanting to happen. So you're going to need to look and see how the responses are when you use a reach ad. All right, that's the first key thing here. You're getting it out in front of a bunch of people, but you may find that even though it goes to less people, if you choose something like video views, that the quality or the amount of people who watch the video is actually higher. So always be looking at your metrics. But this is just broad seed sowing here. So we're doing reach, and then here's the key thing I want you to see. So even with this size audience, we're doing okay. And this is the frequency cap. So what we can say here is that we want someone to see, to have an impression, to have the ad be on their device or computer, whatever, however many times in however many days. So if you're looking, this is under optimization and delivery. We've optimized for reach, and now we could say we want people to see this 10 times every 20 days. And then this ad will show up once or twice a day in someone's feed. Or you might say, we have a really big audience, like say 1 million or more people that you're trying to reach. Maybe you're doing a very large countrywide one. Well, then you might come back here and say, no, we only want this to show up twice every 10 days. And that way it will go and go out to more people instead of just the few who happen to be online right now. Now, you can do this a lot of different ways, all right? You could say, I want it every day. I want people to see this one time. But here's the key thing. It really depends on your budget as well. And so if your budget's small, you could say, I want my 1 million people to see this and I want to spend $2 a day. It's not going to happen. So your budget has to match your audience size and then come in on the frequency cap and really experiment with this. Test this out, see how this might impact. This is something that we do at times, testing with our clients to see how this frequency cap, the frequency of how often they see the ads, helps them. All right. And so this can be a really powerful tool so that you don't blow up your audience if it's a small one and you spend $200 so that 20 people see your ad unlimited amount of times, and then your frequency might be high. So this is just a way to be able to go through and say, nope, not what we're wanting to do. We want it to be every so often for people to see it. All right, so there you go. That is this hint on how to do some frequency capping, how to really dial in how often a person sees your ads. And we're going to have several more really just specific types of instructions here coming up in the next several weeks. All right, I heard that dinger. That means I'm done with time. I hope that you have a blessed day. I hope this training is a benefit for you. And all the things that you do, may you lift up the Lord and may He bless your efforts. And until next time, take care and God bless.